Can't tell you how much I wanted that game for them. I wanted them to walk off the field winners. For them to walk off the field, especially to lose in that fashion, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But what I will say, and this, I know sometimes, whatever, they are winners. Just very grateful for that senior class. As I said, they stood in the gap. Everyone might not be able to see it. I truly believe they've built something really, really special, and just hate the way it ended. So credit to Iowa. They're a really good football team. They play a certain way. We obviously had our chances down the stretch, and just weren't able to make it happen. So the things that have affected us all year affected us, and we lost the football game, obviously. So with that, I'll just see what questions you guys have.
What from your vantage point, what happened on the pick?
I wouldn't be able to say. Yeah, I mean, that's, there was obviously with no timeouts left. We were trying to take a shot over the top of Jalen again, kind of like a three-level flood there. They blitzed, they blitzed all three of those downs there. Looked like we picked it up. So I would assume, that's the third. If they're trying to throw it to Thomas, that's the lowest part. So must not have seen the defender. So, but I'd have to see the tape to know what exactly happened. But with 23 seconds, we were trying to push the ball down the field. Had a deep over route there with an in cut in behind it, and, chasing it this way, hoping to get the ball thrown past the sticks and clock it. Maybe take one more chance at a long field goal.
The timeout you had to burn right before that, is that on you guys as coaching staff, or is it on Chubba, or who?
Yeah, we'll just put it on us. I think, some young guys got in there. Billy went down. Billy was trying to come back. Some guys just got in there and just got a little confused about where to line up. So, anything like that, to me, it falls on me. But that was, just a play call. And, again, the guys were having to, we're down to, when Billy goes down, you're down to really four wideouts that play for us. And just guys trying to play different positions just got a little confused.
The timeout where Alvano was actually going out for a 60-yard field goal, but then it ended up being the punt. Was that just a confusion that you guys were going to punt there?
No, he just didn't run out. Yeah.
The punter didn't run out.
Yeah.
So you were going to try a 60-yarder into the north wind?
I had a fake called.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had a fake call. He didn't run out. At that point, I just said, you know what? Sometimes I go with karma. Like, maybe this isn't the time to do it. Let's pin him down. And Buschini did a great job getting it down to the one. So, we yelled field goal. The guys are all supposed to run out. He must not have heard it. But, we were going to fake it.
You kind of feel like after that obviously didn't go well, but then you pin him at the one. Momentum kind of is turning in your favor. Field position is. Did you feel like at that point maybe it was your day in one of these kind of games?
Well, I mean, as I said to you guys, I thought the game was going to be like this, right? Like, pretty consistent. I mean, Iowa's games were all like this, right? Like, we were going to play the field position game. You go back to the first half, right? Like, we get the ball's kind of bouncing back and forth. We're playing field position. We're trying to be smart. It's not like 4th and 3. I punt the ball down, make them have to drive the length of the field. They punt the ball. We get a penalty, right? We get a late hit out of bounds, which then flips the field for them. We have a missed assignment. They make they score. We have the turnover. Our guys do a great job of fighting for the turnover. So yeah, I mean, I thought they're a really great defense. They're not number 3 scoring defense in the nation for a reason. So they're going to be hard to score against. But we were finally able to pin them down and just kind of play that game back and forth, even to Tommy's interception, right? So unfortunately, we got the holding call on Tommy's interception, or else that really changes things. But we turned the ball over too many times yet again, and even the drive before, Chubb is running. It looks like he's going to get the first down. The drive that Sean was asking about, and he fumbles the football just kind of running. So, in a year where you go back and look at, you're 5-7, you have 5 losses by you guys can do the math, I'm sure, but like basically, the overtime games, the overtime game was like by a point in my mind, So you have a bunch of like 3-point losses, 1-point losses. You can't turn the ball over as many times as we did, so and secure the ball the way that we did. So we have a lot to continue to work on. But I thought we had a chance there at the end.
Is there any other common threads? You lost by 3, overtime at 3 in November. Is there any other common threads that you can think of at this moment that you feel like you can kind of fix in the offseason?
Oh, it'll all be fixed. Yeah, I mean, will improve. Maybe maybe this is about where we are right now. Whereas sometimes people see it from the outside, like, man, they messed that up, or another short loss. I look at it as like these guys. I mean, how many guys go down and they just continue to put guys in and we just battle, right? Like Newsom goes down in this game. Buford didn't really play in this game. Blaze couldn't go in the game in pregame. We just keep putting, Sua Lefotu's out there like in his red shirt year playing nose. You know what I mean? Like what might to the outside world look like, man, to me looks like unbelievable job by a lot of people to get everything this close and to battle like this. And so that doesn't excuse to the question about the time, having to call a timeout there, your last timeout. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? But there'll be a day where we'll have 7 wide receivers traveling with us and active, and those things won't happen. We're just not quite there yet, and that's why I'm so proud of these guys, because they battle and they fight, and we don't make excuses. We just come back. But I think that's the key moving forward. I'd love to. I think they ran the ball on us at times. I think we had to continue to develop our run defense and our ability to run the football. We couldn't run the ball in the game to the level that we wanted. And that's what they do really well. And so he's been there a long time. They have a formula. We came down there. We battled, just couldn't quite get it done.
How big a factor was the wind? It seemed like they maybe took the ball at the beginning so they'd get the wind in the fourth quarter with Albano's kick, and then obviously they had it at their back there at the end.
Yeah, that was my plan. We were going to take the win today. We told the team they won the toss. They took the win. It wasn't nearly as bad as it is some days. But obviously Albano had to get in, and even that last kick, to me, when they did make plays, it just came down to tackling. Like, we tackled just a little bit better on that last drive. Maybe that kick was short. To be honest, on the drive before, I was yelling and screaming, and I have to be careful. People get used to me kind of yelling and screaming, but the clock wasn't running. We throw the ball, we get the ball in balance, and the clock's not running, and the game comes down to 6 or 7 seconds. So we're just at a place right now where the margin for error is about like this, and so one bad play, one bad decision, one bad anything can kind of affect us. The wind affected us, but I have a lot of confidence in Tristan. The one he hit earlier was a huge kick, and I put him out there to do that, so believing that he would make it.
That was their kicker's first attempt of the year. He's the backup, and they benched the starter after the 2 blocks. Did you recognize that they were sending a different kicker out there, and what do you think happened to get those kicks blocked in the first half?
I thought our guys just gave great effort. I mean, we came rocking off the ball. It looked like Ty, got his hands up. Even on that one, did the same thing. I think that ball was just, it wasn't really kicked at the same velocity as some of the other ones were, and just barely got across the crossbar. So, we spent a lot of time on blocking kicks. For them to block 2 this game was awesome. Kept us in the game until we could hit the big play to Jalen and kind of get things going. So, credit to them.
That interception aside, how'd you feel like Chuba played in the second?
I thought Chuba was, a little bit a little bit sporadic early. There wasn't a ton of pressure, and just kind of told him, like, hey, settle down and keep playing, play the plays. I thought he started to do that. That was a cold, windy day, and I thought he handled those things well. Obviously it's protecting the football, right? That the one, I know his arm, he's trying to throw the ball forward. That's a fumble that leads to them having the ball. We have the ball down at the 20 going in. So, again, talking about the margin for error, we can't turn the ball over. Even if we get it back, just we put the ball away, we run for a first down, and that's how we end those games. So, there'll be a lot of, I know people always think you fix things by like, hey, let's go get this player or that player. We got a lot of really good players here, and a part of fixing these close losses is, just asking each player to get, half a point better and learn from these things and understand the situational football. Situational football will be way different next year when it's talking about our games, right? Tommy picks that pass off, and man, we have a chance to go win the game. So. But I thought Chuba did a really nice job. Made some big third down conversions. I mean, I'm looking at this. We're 8 of 17 on third down. It's one of our best days. So, and that's a credit to him. He's only going to get better.
Do you remember your emotion when you saw that interception that Iowa made there?
Yeah. I mean, I'll let the players talk about it. I just, like I said, I'm so confident in what we're doing. And feel so great about the things that are happening, and so excited to see where this thing is going to end up. I just feel crushed for those guys. As I told them, sometimes the first people to do things don't get to see the results. The first people to storm the beach at Normandy, the first explorers, like you don't always get to see the end result, but I really can't say enough about these guys. I remember I can sit back to sitting there with Luke Reimer, Nick Heinrich just sitting there saying like, yeah, Nick Henry saying like, what, should we come back? What's it going to be like, Coach? Will you give us a chance? You have this reputation of playing young players, and so I told them like just for Julie and me, and Vivian, Leon, and Bryant, like what an amazing year of just getting to know these guys, and so I felt crushed for them. But at the same time, expecting us to stop them, and thinking, hey, they can't make a 35-yarder, we'll block it all the way to the very end to see them block it. And, that's 3 walk-off field goals, to lose the year. That's tough. But they'll wake up tomorrow. We'll come in on Monday. We'll start working. We'll help the seniors as they move on to the next phase of their life. And we'll get back to work. Too often people complain and whine and talk and all those things. We're going to work, and I think we got the young players to do it. So we'll be back.
What was your experience first time in this rivalry, this series against Iowa that's going to continue as the Big Ten expands on Black Friday? There was, fair amount of chippiness out there on the field after the game. What was your vantage point?
Yeah, there's a lot of chippiness in college football after games now, way more than there used to be. Sometimes it's coaches running over and yelling at your bench. I thought the Iowa guys were. Got a lot of guys came up to me and shook my hand. I thought they were great. I mean, I know how much our guys wanted to win. Obviously, we wanted to win. Coach Ferentz is as classy as they come. So. Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a great college football game. I mean, it's a great college football game if you like defense, but I thought it was a great college football game, and you could definitely feel the intensity of it, and so, I'm just appreciative of all the people that come to the games and came to the game, and I'm thankful for all the fans. I'm thankful for the players. Thankful for all the people that work, and just disappointed we couldn't win that game with all the chances we had down the stretch. So. We'll have a lot to focus on as we move forward. All right. Thanks, guys, for everything all year.
To start the second half, you guys forced 5 straight punts. Most of them were 3 and outs. What was going right on those drives?
I think our mentality, going out there knowing that if we just played to our standard of our DV, that we couldn't be stopped. We knew it was going to be whose defense was better today, and I think that was just kind of at halftime. That was kind of restated to going into the second half.
What did you and Nash see on those blocks?
What do you mean?
Just how did you see it coming low, the ball,
You're talking about the field goal blocks?
Yeah, the field goal blocks.
Oh, yeah. So on that first one, when they got the penalty, I noticed that it was low. So I just told them that, take 3 steps and then jump as high as you can, really. And then I got one, and then, he got the second one. So there really wasn't much going into that. We just knew. I just kind of noticed that they were being kicked low.
How tough is this knowing guys like Luke and Quinn? This is their last time, and I mean, you guys had a real opportunity there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I came in with them. We all, were in the same class, and to go through that grind and all the ups and downs and the past 5 years, it's tough. And trying to close out that last game and become bowl eligible. I mean, you could tell everybody wanted it. You could tell throughout the week, and just with the tenacity and discipline and engagement that, this was going to be our game. And unfortunately, that's not how football works sometimes. So.
What's your emotion after that final minute of play, the sort of the back and forth of things happen? What was registering for you?
I mean, I was excited. That's football for you right there. That's Big Ten football, back and forth, back and forth. So nobody was, freaking out that we had to go back out there and get a stop. Everyone knew that, it was going to come down to us or it was going to come down to them. So just got to go out there and someone has to make a play. Either they do or we do. And unfortunately, they ended up being their way.
Did he just kind of squirt? Did people think he was tackled on that the Iowa ring back there? Is that why he kind of squirted through on that?
On the last play? I can't tell you, to be honest. I was taking on a double team kind of down the line, so I don't really know what happened. But, I know our guys we're humming to the ball. That's been Coach White's thing all year is 11 dudes to the ball every play.
Were you surprised they ran there on that play in that situation?
Well, I think it kind of goes back to when Nash hit him, and he kind of got up a little bit slow, and then they ran it on that third down. I think, I don't know if they were confident and if he hurt his hand or his shoulder or whatever, so I think they just kind of had to play with what they had.
Having decided to come back for another year, getting to know this coaching staff, what do you think the trajectory is now of this program?
It's only up from here. I'm really excited to be a part of it. I think that was a big part of why I wanted to come back is I think this coaching staff has put a lot of time and effort and has given it a lot of potential to make a massive leap of growth next year.
You're gonna be one of the leaders. Obviously, this team coming back for a 6th year. What maybe the message right away of how you take these close games and tournament wins?
It's just going to start with how you approach everything from the workouts that are going to start here in maybe a week or two or whatever it may be, and to mat drills in January. It's going to be how you approach everything because, if then you're breaking yourself down and you can't get through it, then what are you going to do when it really matters here in the fall?
It's going to take a lot of convincing and all to get guys like Isaac and Nash back for another year with you.
Nah, I can't speak on that. I don't know what they're doing. I think me and Nash have made it that we're both going to be here. But as for Giff, that's his decision. I've obviously put some what I thought into his ear, and if he takes it or not. But any one of those guys are capable of doing really well for themselves after football, whether it be football or any outside of football.
Can you explain why Coach White's defense was so successful this year?
I think it was just the group of guys out there. Our DV, he literally told us today that he just planned on watching, and he didn't even plan on coaching really, meaning that he was going to let 11 dudes play our DV, play to our standard, and run to the ball, and I think he saw that today, and I think he was pretty happy with it. I just think how we played. He really just credited how we played for his defense.
What's up, guys?
Harry, how emotional was it to kind of end your time at Nebraska with a game like this?
Yeah, extremely. I didn't have the chance last year to be there for that. I personally never got to beat Iowa, but I know this program is in really, really good hands, and I know that the next few classes are all going to destroy everybody in front of them.
So I take it your stepdad was surprised.
Yeah, he was bawling his eyes out.
What did you say to him when you guys were embracing on the field?
We actually didn't say anything. I was trying to breathe. He had a really thick jacket on, and he was pressing my head into the jacket so I couldn't breathe. But we were both very emotional.
What's your message to maybe some of the younger offensive linemen, the up-and-comers in this program?
Just stick to it. Believe it. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is that Coach Raul always says is believe in it. If you believe in it, you can do it. And we even have a little sign that says believe on it, a little believe picture in our O-line room. And throughout the game, you see those specs of when you're really thinking about it and really doing it and it works, then it works. You know, you get the big runs, you get the big pass plays, you get the big opportunities, and so you know, just stick to it, believe in it, and I know they do. That's the thing. Like you kind of have to. If you're in our room, you have to, because you're part of something that is bigger than you.
What makes you know, their defense so challenging? Obviously, they kind of very successful year. What kind of tests did they present you all day?
They're not that saying they're challenging is a little different. They're very easy defense in a way, because they keep hitting you with the same things. They're just really, really good at those things. You know, they're a good team. There's a reason they're going to play another game next week. Like I said, they have a very, very sound defense. You know, there's not a lot of mistakes. That doesn't happen very often. And I mean, throughout the year, you could see, you know, they've won their games because of the defense. You know, their offense has its own struggles. We had our own struggles, but their defense won the game, and you know, that's good for them. I mean, like I said, they're a good team.
The first half, I think you guys only had 19 offensive snaps at halftime. Did it feel like it was hard to maybe get in a rhythm because of the lack of snaps? Or
Yes and no, but you kind of expect it. It's a Big Ten game. You know, there's not going to be well, if one team has the ball, then that team has the ball most of the half. You know, I don't know if any other games have been similar with other teams where we had the ball for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever. But you know, just you got to be able to finish, and we just didn't do that.
I had to write this down, and I'm still gonna mess it up, but I'm gonna try. Worauf bist du am meisten stolz? I'm trying to ask you how proud you are, what you're most proud of, but I'm totally I'm mispronouncing everything.
Is that what he would say? Pretty much, if he was proud of me, is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking you, but I was trying to ask in German so that you would answer in German, but I can't speak proper.
Are you asking? Okay, repeat the question. I'm sorry.
What are you most proud of?
Oh, good. That's a good question. Damn.
But I had it in German. I just pronounced it wrong.
You were trying to say worauf.
Worauf.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
In all, I'm proud of how we stuck together. You know, it's a hard year. It always is. The first year with a new coach is always a hard year, and a lot of times people can leave. They get transferred. They have that opportunity. I don't know what the rule is, but they have that opportunity to leave and go wherever else. But everybody that's stuck here and stuck together, we've been through a lot, and they're still here, you know. And like I said earlier, you know, they're in really, really good hands, and they just don't know any better. The adversity that comes now they will profit from that next year. Thank you.
Omar, can you describe just that last minute of play, just how back and forth and emotional that was? I feel like you guys got victory, then to see it kind of go the other way so quickly.
Yeah, those games is just like, you don't know what's gonna come. You know, you just gotta be in the moment of things. To be honest, when you see certain things happen on the field, you know, you see a defense run out there, and no matter what happens, you know, there's a lot of emotions out there. I say just being in the moment of things. You know, in the game, I wasn't really thinking about the end of the game or the beginning of the game. I was just kind of thinking about that moment. I mean, we had blocked a lot of field goals in the beginning of the game, so I mean, I didn't have any doubt that we wouldn't do it again. So.
What flipped in the second half until that last run? I mean, you had a bunch of 3-and-outs. What was the difference? Because I think they had 200 yards at halftime and like 50-some in the second half.
Obviously, when you see a team doing things, you got to adjust to them. Like, during the game. So I mean, I say when we was at halftime, we seen what was going on. We adjusted. We seen what they're doing with their tight ends. So we're just kind of adjusting at halftime, talking to each other. You know, it's really just communicating with the whole defense. But I say specifically with the secondary.
I know you wish you had a bowl game as a senior, but what do you think the ground or foundation you leave this program with, or what do you think that you're leaving behind that they go into next year with?
Yeah, man. I wanna say it's all Coach Rule. I mean, it is us, but man, just this type of person he is, just the type of man he is, type of coach he is. Just, I'm excited to see what Nebraska's gonna be like. Like ever since he as long as he's here, I can't wait to see him. Just even the younger guys and how everything's going. You know, when we had that new coaching staff, a lot of the seniors had to make certain decisions just for their self. And some guys left, some guys went, but I mean, we just bought in. We bought into what he said. We bought into what he was saying to us, and and I think just it helped with a lot of people, not just on the field, just also like off the field. Just the type of person he has on staff, the type of person he is, they just care for you. And so I can't wait to see what Nebraska's gonna be like, because this just was the start, you know.
I know it just ended, but how do you view this season? How do you look at it, how it went for you personally?
Yeah, obviously it sucks to lose. You know, I'm a senior, it's my last game, but I want to see it as a positive. Like, I had fun all season. Like, despite of the losses, I mean, obviously losses not fun, but I had fun all year. I had fun every day at practice. I had fun in meetings. I had fun just being around these guys, bro. Like, these guys just great men to be around. I'm happy to have them. I'm happy to have them going on in life and just know them. So I think it's just, yeah, I love them.
Hey, what do you think this team is capable of moving forward on Coach Rule? You just said you're excited. Well, why are you so excited about that?
Man, I say I'm excited because just his first year coming in, as a first-year coach, it's kind of sometimes hard for players to buy in, especially the player that's already been here. So the reason why I say I'm excited is just because you see everybody's bought in now. You see everybody's bought in now. He said after the game, let's go, y'all. Let's go. We getting ready. We getting ready on Monday for that season. And I ain't gonna be here, but I know it's gonna be something serious with them. I know it's gonna be hard, but shoot, football, that's how football is. So I'm excited because I can't wait to see the offense and the defense next year. Special teams, we got great coaches. So I love to see all our players on there.
Omar, real quick, Rashawn Jackson, just 93.7 the ticket. You defensive backs, you always have your mouthpiece hanging. And you doubled down with 2 today. So I want to know, what is the deal with the mouthpiece?
I think
you guys in a secret club?
It's crazy. I seen Tommy out there wearing it, and I didn't even know he had it. But he was like, "You trying to copy me? You trying to copy me with the 2 mouth guards?" I'm like, I didn't even know you had them. But I think it's just a look thing. Everybody want to look good. Everybody want to look cool. So it's really just that.
You talked about your optimism for next season, even though you won't be here. Is it at all bittersweet to you that you won't get a chance to get back out on the field with Nebraska next season? But any optimism?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna hurt because Coach Rule said college, it's the only time you really be a part of a real team. Obviously the next level or any level, it's a lot of bouncing around. You meet people that's just got on the team that week. So just being on a real team. I love the team. I love being on this team. I love all the adversity we went through, me arguing with the coaches, them getting on the same page with us, just building that bond with them no matter what. I love them. So, yeah. I mean, obviously the plan is to get to the next level. So just moving on to what I got next, what I got going on, just doubling down to that. Thank you.
How much did you get out of this freshman year? Obviously, developing and kind of growing to how you finished off. I mean, I think it was the biggest play anyone's had in Iowa all year.
I would say I think I grew a lot since my senior year of high school to now. Just learning the offense, learning the college playbook, that was probably the hardest part. Just getting comfortable in offense and being able to make plays like that.
What did you see on that play? What was the call, and how confident were you it was going to come to you before the snap?
Yeah, we had been working on that play in practice a lot. Many different looks. So I've seen that look, obviously. And Coach G actually had told me like the night before that if that defender plays you outside, just lean him a little. So I think I did a good job selling that and just trusting Purdy to make the throw. It was a great throw.
What do you want to do now in the offseason? Like, what are your biggest areas that you want to grow in and become a better receiver next season?
I would say just becoming more comfortable in offense, being able to play more than one spot at receiver, moving into the slot a little bit more, just becoming a playmaker all around the field.
Jalen, how big is that being from Omaha and getting the chance to come and start at the state school?
That's very huge for me. I watched Nebraska growing up all the time. Dad, mom went to Nebraska. Family's a big Husker family, so just a crazy experience, wonderful experience.
How crushing was this one? You know, you wanted the bowl practices and all that, but you know, like Billy a senior and some of those guys.
It was sad, but I thank those guys because they helped build this new rebuild we're gonna have going. They set the foundation for us.
Other questions for Jalen? All good. All right.